Yo, subscribe to Pheno Boxing right now, or else. Bah, bah, bah.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How you doing, Nikita?
What's up, man? How's everything?
Everything's great, man. So, I mean, you're part of this new generational wave of very talented New York City fighters coming into the boxing. What do you feel separates you, though, or makes you special from the others?
Just my image, my message. Like all these fighters, they look like actual fighters. Buzz cuts, mean, mugging, and everything. But I look like a TikTok boy. Like what am I doing in the ring? But when people see me in the ring, they respect me so much more. Never judge a book by its cover. So, you know, I I'm just I feel like I'm really really different. I have a I just stand out a lot more than all these fighters. That's what I believe.
Right. Now, you've been very active, going into your professional career. Do you look to keep up this momentum going into 2021, or are you, as the fights get tougher, do you look on, taking longer breaks and stuff like that?
On just I'm going with the wave, going with the flow. Whatever happens happens. But if we got the momentum going, we're gonna keep it going. If we need to take a step back a little bit, we're gonna take a step back. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So we're just we're doing everything smart. So we're just going every first we take care of one step and then we go into the next step. So right now the first step is taking care of Friday, getting that knockout, right?
Right. Thank you, champ. Thank you for your time. Wish you the best.
Thank you.
Matt, please.
This is Matt for Behind the Gloves. Cheers for joining us, Nikita. For those who don't know, can you just explain to everyone and to the fans where your nickname came from? White chocolate.
The real story is I'm white and chocolate from the waist down. I'm joking. That's my story. But no, where it came from is I grew up in a rough neighborhoods. I'm the only white kid in all the gyms. I'm like a light bulb there. So sparring and I was lighting this kid up and they were like, yo, this white kid, he got rhythm, he got style, he knows how to move. Call him white chocolate. And just from there, everybody just it stuck with me.
Which fighter did you look up to before coming into the professional game? Was there a specific fighter that inspired you to make that step to be, to become professional, or just to start boxing in general?
Well, I started boxing at a really young age, so I never really kind of like looked up to anybody. It just kind of like my dad put me in, and it just like happened. I was young. I didn't really understand what was happening. Sorry for that. I was really young, just going along with the flow. But as I was getting older, I understood that I'm a fighter, that, this is my sport. And so, yeah, I really didn't have nobody, I guess I liked, Roy Jones Jr., Manny Pacquiao, but they're not the reason why I started fighting. I just started fighting because, I'm a born fighter. And yeah, just, that's why I started fighting.
Out of the current champions in the middleweight division, who do you regard as number one? And if you could pick who to face, who would it be?
Number one, I don't really watch nobody. I watch myself. But in the future, I would love to fight Canelo. I don't really have no names on top of my head. I don't watch nobody. Whoever comes, in a year or two, whoever I'll fight, take the title from them or defend. It's gonna happen. So I'm just worried about myself right now, and getting up there first to the ranks.
Good luck Friday. Cheers, Nikita.
Thank you.
Boxing Source, please.
Hey there, Nikita. How's it going?
What's up, man? How's everything?
Doing good, doing good. How's the adjustment been from last year in 2019, having about 6 fights to here in 2020 only being involved in like 2 fights? Like, have you like kind of changed your regimen up as far as like training, or has it been basically the same, just being in the ring for 2 fights this year?
Oh no, it's the same thing. No, there's no change. It's just Corona, kind of slowed things down. But everything is still the same. We're just stepping up the training. That's pretty much the only difference. And taking it more serious, because when I started 2019, I was 1-0, 2-0. Now I'm 9-0. and just going up from there. But, everything's still the same. We're taking training more serious and, just going up from there. Everything's the same.
True. How is the contrast being in Brooklyn in comparison to like Richmond, Virginia? Being that Virginia is kind of a little bit of a change of pace, a little bit slower than being in Brooklyn.
What do you mean? What do you mean Richmond, Virginia? Like, because
what's that?
what do you mean Richmond, Virginia?
Like you being around the Virginia area, correct?
Well, I was born there for like one day.
Oh, one day, and then so you
No,
just went
yeah.
straight from.
Like, yeah, that's crazy. You know about that, but no, I was born there for one day, so I was literally born there and went back to Brooklyn. So, I only know about Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, okay, gotcha. No problem, man. Thanks.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, Nikita. John here, Pro Boxing Fans. You all right?
Yeah, how's everything?
Yeah, good. Has the professional ranks gone pretty much as you expected? You're, very good amateur. You're now 9-0. What have you made of life in the professional ranks so far? And you fought in some of the best venues already. So, yeah, how do you sum it up?
I didn't expect it at all, to be honest. When I was going in, I had no idea what was going on, what I'm getting myself into. I just knew, no headgears, 10-ounce gloves, and just fight. But I didn't know it was going to be this crazy. It's like, everything's going so quick. It's like a movie, fighting in the craziest venues. I didn't expect, because I seen a lot of fighters, they start off their first 3 fights, 4 fights, they fight in like basketball courts and, just like beat up places, but just every fight is, big venues, big stadiums is just, unexpected. I didn't expect none of this. So, it's a crazy adventure that I'm just going along with.
What does victory on Friday night do for you and your career?
What it does for me, just, moving on to the next, one step closer to my dream, my goal, and, just one step closer for everybody knowing my name.
Cheers. Best of luck Friday.
Thank you.
Nikita, thanks so much for taking time to talk to us. You mentioned at the very start that they brought in your switch in here. I was talking to Michael Conlon before his first fight in his bubble. He was talking about bringing in his PlayStation and having a more relaxed atmosphere during fight week compared to how it was pre-pandemic. Is that something that you're also kind of noticing, that there is a more relaxed, more chill atmosphere, when you're not dealing with media workouts or any of the obligatory fight week obligations here in the bubble?
I guess, yeah, it's a little bit more relaxed. But yeah, it's just, I remember before, it's hard to think about how life was before because it just changed so quickly and, everybody's adapting to it. So it's like me thinking about, before Corona, how everything was, it's kind of like, I can't it's like, was it really like that? Because life just literally flipped so quickly. So it's like, just imagining us walking without a mask, in the public is like unbelievable. You know what I mean? Because I feel like we're going to be walking with masks now forever. Who knows, right? So, yeah, it's a little bit more relaxed. Yeah, I'm a gamer. I always gamed, always recorded, always boxed my whole life. So, just even before Corona, always brought my Switch, always played it. But no, before Corona, there was no Switch, I think. So, I'll always play my PS4, always, all that, But yeah, did I answer it?
As far as, that you mentioned, just life just kind of turning on its head, just because of the coronavirus. Did it feel easy, after that first fight and when you kind of were starting to prepare for this next upcoming fight, did it feel like it was, something that now just kind of seems secondhand nature, that you kind of already know what the deal is, prepare with gym restrictions and COVID regulations in place? Does it now feel like it's now becoming a new normal instead of something that you're just going to have to deal with?
Yeah, so the first time, when I fought in August, it was everything, I had no experience fighting during COVID. So, everything was so weird. I remember always comparing everything that I'm doing new, I always compared it to like the old. But this is the second time I'm here, and fighting in the bubble. And it's like a normal, it's like a norm now. It's, I already know that, I can't leave this, I can't leave my room, I can't do this, can't do that. and it just feels, I don't know, it feels normal to me. I'm not complaining.
Lastly, has the pandemic sort of maybe changed how you view maybe what your goals are for 2021 or your project or your development as a fighter with with fights kind of being a little harder to make with everything that's been going on?
It's just the training. I just our gyms, they close now at 8, I think, or 7. Before I used to train twice in the gym every single day. Now I'm training only in the morning, and then training with my dad, either outside or inside my home. But it's just the training. I feel like everything is the same. Fights are still happening. We're going to be fighting, and everything is the same. It's just I just hope they fix something with the gyms, so it could be easier to train at the gyms.
Thank you, and best of luck in your next fight.
Congrats, you made it to the end. You are the best, but now you gotta subscribe.